So
Yeah, and so they broke 3 windows, which just why? 1 was sufficient. Why'd they have to break 3? So I can't drive it. I don't know.
where was it?
Wild Waves.
Oh,
Okay, we are live streaming now, so just want to let you guys know. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, good. We've got 6.
yep. Samara's here.
So whenever you'd like to start, Chair.
Okay. Sorry, give me one second.
Sure.
Here we go.
I know we don't have a couple of members tonight. Kurt and Kevin, I heard from, are out of town.
Okay.
And also, I just got notice from Sean. He's got a work conflict.
Okay. All right, well, let's call to order. So it's 7:02 on August 2nd, 2021. We can stand and do Pledge of Allegiance here. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, do roll call here real quick.
Sure. Commissioner Rasmussen,
Here.
Commissioner Frederick, Commissioner Ives,
Here.
Commissioner Daughtry,
Here.
Commissioner McLarnon, Commissioner Tagent, Commissioner Welch,
Here.
Commissioner Pincus,
Here.
Commissioner McCurdy, and Commissioner Hilt.
Hey,
Oh, and Commissioner Hayden. I
I was
apologize.
gonna say, did you call me?
No, I didn't. So I think we need to excuse Commissioner Frederick, Commissioner McLarnon, Tagent, and Hilt.
All in
Move.
favor?
I move to excuse.
Oh, yeah.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, passed. Okay, any public comment? Do we have anybody on today?
Nope.
No, there's nobody there.
So, action items, veteran-owned business certificates.
Well,
So,
Kevin's not here, so I don't have an update for that.
Yeah.
he had talked about going around and dropping some off. But I think he wanted to get together and do that with a couple of people. I don't think he was going to do it on his own.
Yeah, he tried to get with me and we couldn't make a date, so
Okay.
we'll probably be able to do it. So I'll call him and see if we can get it set up. So I'm on vacation now, so I should be able to do it.
Okay.
If he gives me a call, I can probably get free to go with him too. So just have him get a hold of me.
Okay. Let's see, what did I do here? There we go. Does anybody have anything to add about the veteran-owned business certificates?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
So I know that we're trying to do this and we've had this discussion before, but my brain is, I lose as much as I put in. So if we have a business that's outside the area, let's say we have a business in Tacoma or Bellevue that goes out of their way to hire veterans, should we try to include them or not? Is it really all about Lake Stevens, or is it about veteran-owned businesses?
I think if they're in our county, maybe that's more, my opinion, I think, is that if it's around Lake Stevens, it makes sense. If we get too far out, then it doesn't necessarily make as much sense, because then you get into too many little things. I don't think you could ever keep up with it. And I don't think it's stuff that really relates to Lake Stevens, unless it's somebody here that owns it and manages it from here. Maybe that would make sense.
Okay.
I don't
Makes
know.
sense. That makes sense to me.
Some sort of loose connection with Lake Stevens. Either maybe you grew up here you live here, you have family here, some sort of a connection. To
Well,
kind of,
the one I'm thinking of is I got a call from a veteran. His name is Jerry. We talked for quite a while last night, and he works for a company that is very veteran friendly and that almost exclusively hire veterans. Not quite, but almost. They try. And he lives here in Lake Stevens, but it's not his business. He's just one of the veterans that works there. So I told him about what we're trying to do in the commission and the foundation. He is very excited to get involved, whether it's on the commission or the foundation. I'm trying to steer him to the foundation right now because we need to get that up and running. But so anyway, I'm just looking at, I just kind of thought about that and went, wow, Bellevue is where their home office is. That's kind of a long ways. And I don't know if I wanted to bring it up to everybody to see what they thought about that particular aspect of it. So I agree with you, Carmen. I think it needs to be in and around Lake Stevens.
I like what Debbie said, though. If they have a connection to Lake Stevens, I mean, if he works there, but
Well, I don't know. It's veteran-owned business or veteran-friendly business. I don't know. Or you got to draw the line somewhere.
yeah,
I also think it wouldn't be bad because I know we're still kind of getting it off the ground. I think when it becomes a more robust thing, maybe expanding further as long as there's a connection with Lake Stevens. But I think as we're still trying to kind of get this process in place and do it more regularly, we kind of focus on Lake Stevens and then broaden.
Yeah. For some reason, my computer won't dial it in.
We can hear you, Marcus.
Sorry, having technical difficulties.
Yeah, me too.
My computer won't let me in, so I just dialed in by my phone. So
We need to let the minutes reflect that Marcus Tadgen has joined the meeting. Okay. Anyway, that's all I had on that. I think we're going to be able to get it better as it goes, but that's just one of those things that's going to come up, and it's just an idea I had based on the conversation I had with him, and it in no way means I think we should give this company in Bellevue one of them. It was just, okay, what do we do when we have a person that lives in Lake Stevens and is, a veteran, et cetera, and they're lauding the company they work for. So I don't know. It's one of those things that maybe we'll take up at another time.
is it something we could add as like a veteran-friendly employer to the Facebook page? And at least give them recognition so that if people are looking, that's a company that would show up.
Oh, we can certainly do that on the website.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice recognition there. Maybe not a formal, presentation, but certainly recognition and appreciation put out there.
Yeah, that might be adequate.
you can even pin things like that to the Facebook page. If just kind of get a list going of the veteran friendly or veteran owned kind of resources for vets if they're looking for positions.
Well, that's what it's for in reality. I mean, we got two-pronged approach here. We want to have recognition to those businesses that are veteran friendly and hiring vets, and we want to tell the vets who they are, but we also want other organizations that don't think about it very much, not even in their repertoire, is, oh, wait a minute, you should be hiring a vet. So that's the two sides of the whole thing. That's all I had.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in with any comments about veteran-owned businesses before we move on to the next? Oh wait, adopt a highway. I think we need to pick dates.
Yeah, so we are completely good and set to go for adopt a highway. I will be planning this week to pick up the material that is needed for us to be able to do it. And then from there, yeah, we just have to figure out dates and let them know when we want to go out and do a cleanup.
So which is our highway?
I was trying to get the stretch of Highway 9 that's currently being constructionized, but apparently that one is taken. So they gave us all of the 204 stretch.
Okay.
The entire 204 all the way to the
Wow.
trestle?
Yep.
Wow.
Because it was, I think you're supposed to have like a 10-mile stretch that you use or something like that. And it's just a little bit over. So they just gave us that whole stretch.
Okay, I'll take the section up by Wendy's and Dairy Queen.
Okay,
right.
so we got to do it 4 times a year, and one of them has to be on Earth Day. So that one's already picked for us.
Yeah.
So are we trying to go from that point and backwards and forwards and go 3 months, or what are we going to try to do? And when is Earth Day?
That's a good question.
It's either-
April 21st or 22nd, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Of which month?
April.
Well, this is pretty good. The earthday.org doesn't tell you what day it is.
April 22nd, 2020.
It's usually the third weekend of April.
I'm getting April 22nd.
Yep.
So yeah, I
22nd.
think from there we just 3 months out, do it quarterly.
All right, so that's April 22nd. April.
Would any of them match up with like a coffee clash? So maybe do like a coffee clash morning and then drift into, hey, let's go clean a highway.
Well, we would have done it in July. And that would have been like the 17th. And then August is the 21st is the next coffee clutch. So we'd be off by a month, but we could start it certainly.
I mean, we don't have to do it that way. Just thinking if we've got participants that are already coming to a coffee class, and maybe take advantage of the group. See if anyone's willing to do that piece.
That's one of those where you invite all your friends and everyone to come do that big stretch of a highway. That's a lot of territory, especially that's a busy one where there's a lot of garbage too.
Well, we can also get the Youth Advisory Council involved to help us out with that. You know, those kinds of things. They're looking for those kind of community projects. They already did one up on 91st this last Wednesday.
Help seniors get hours of.
That's what I was thinking. Seniors and their volunteer hours too.
Yep.
So would we push this out on social to get volunteers?
Yeah. So do we want to pick 21st of August to start this out? That's the same day as the coffee clutch.
Yeah, military can get, active duty can get points too for doing this. They are volunteer hours, so that might be something to post, see if they want to volunteer.
Okay. Is that called something else besides active duty hours or?
It probably, I'll find out. I don't know.
There's got to be some acronym involved. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't they have a medal now, outstanding volunteer award or something like that?
Most likely.
Yeah, that's a complicated one. I've been trying to get that on the reserve side for like 4 years. They want you to actively be involved with an organization for like 2 or 3 years, even though it's up to the organization. So it's up to whatever unit, but majority of the time it's been 2 to 3 years with the same organization consistently volunteering, and then you have to show how you've been consistently volunteering. So it's a little bit harder to get than you would think.
Okay. All right. Anything else on that one? What was the weekend?
August
Was,
21st.
Yeah.
Do you have all the materials, the bags, all the stuff that we need?
I'll be picking that up this week.
Oh, okay. And coffee clutch starts at 7, was it?
7:30.
7:30.
And we set up at 7, and then we start at 7:30. We can go to about 8:30 or 9, and we could head on out to do that. The other thing we want to do on this coffee clutch is get the commission together to do our Purple Heart picture. I have the sign. I've had it since the day after we met last time. And it's just in my van, so it's ready to go. We just need to pick a place to do it at. I was thinking we could leave the Coffee Clutch, go over to 20th Street Trailhead. I think there's a city sign there, and we could do it there. Or if anybody has a better place to do it, we could do it there.
So what kind of hours do we want to put on this? Like from
Well,
9 to,
Probably going to take 3 days, so that's a long stretch of highway.
Well, could we do it by segment though? So like the first month we take care of the first 2 miles, the next time we take care of the next 2 miles. I mean, I don't think we have to do the whole stretch, but we could probably break it into pieces over the course of the 4 times.
Wait a minute, did you say 10 miles?
that's not.
I could
10
be
miles.
wrong. I don't think it's 10.
204 is
It's-
only 2 miles.
I think
Oh,
the
so yeah,
stretch is
just
2
over
miles.
2 miles. Then.
Yeah, it's 2
Okay,
miles,
yep.
yeah.
My
Well,
bad.
If we drop this off at intervals, like had 2
Mhm.
people at, at the start, and then half a mile down, we had 2 more people, and then half a mile down, we had 2 more people, and we just walked to each other. That wouldn't be that bad at all, I don't think. Although I haven't looked at the roadside driving.
I was going to say, which side are we going to be working on? Because
You have both.
both,
Yes.
because the west side, you don't have that much room to work with the guardrail on there.
It just depends on where you're at.
Okay.
I can try and scout it one of these days. I'm thinking of what I'm doing this weekend. And kind of see what it looks like. Maybe take some pictures and then send it to everyone so everyone can kind of see what these stretches look like.
Okay.
If that would be helpful.
I've done this before with another group, and it actually goes pretty fast. Some areas is bad, and other areas very little. So it goes pretty fast.
I would agree. I've done it with Kiwanis on the road from the road 92 going into Lake Stevens there, and it's an hour and a half tops for that road. So
I just want to let the commission know that I'm going to notice this because potentially you're going to have a quorum of you guys.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh, okay.
Anything else on this? Set for the 21st after the coffee clutch.
I think that's good. I think that's enough time to get some people together and.
I'll put it on my calendar and I'll be there.
Alrighty. Okay, what's next? Oh, did you want to talk about the quorum thing, Kelly? Or Kim?
I will. So I didn't realize until after we were done with the coffee clutch last month that we actually broke the Public Meetings Act. We violated it by having a quorum of commissioners there without noticing it to the public. So I called the city and I told them that we did it because we did have a quorum, and basically prostrated myself and asked for forgiveness. Told them what happened, etc. They got a hold of the legal. Legal said it's not a problem. Put it in your minutes that you did it, and everybody hold out your left hand, slap your hand that was there so that you don't do it again. And then we have to figure out what we're really going to do for that. The correct answer in this is twofold. One, the foundation puts on the coffee clutch. And 2, if we're going, we always notice it anyway, just so the commissioners can go. Now, Marcus and I'll tell you both that we can be in any place with 4 or more council members. And as long as we're not talking 3 at a time, more than 3 at a time, we're fine. But if you get a 4th one to join the conversation, somebody has to leave. And
yeah,
that's only
I think I knew that.
yeah, I know. I'm saying you could talk to it this also. I wasn't saying I wasn't saying you don't know this. And so the whole thing is it's the appearance. And yeah, we're not talking about commission stuff. We're talking about veteran stuff. That could be, I guess, our business. So it's just the appearance to somebody on the outside. So that's, I think, what we need to do from now on when we have these things. And just like Kelly said, if we're going to have a quorum on the road doing this cleanup, then we should probably notice it. And if we notice it, maybe the public wants to come and get involved. That'd be great.
I think notice it solves a problem.
Yep, sure does. It always does.
So how do you notice it, or what did you say? Just
Kelly puts it in the newspaper 48 hours in advance. Is that what it is, Kelly?
Yeah, we actually, no, 24 hours in
24
advance.
hours in advance.
But what I'd like to do is probably just do an ongoing notice that there's always, that there's the potential of a quorum at our coffee clutches. Well, specifically to this one coming up with the Adopt a Highway as well in the possible picture. But I think if I can I'll do a notice that kind of covers upcoming coffee clutches and the potential of a quorum. So we're giving public the notice.
Can we do that? Don't we have to do it each time?
Well, I'm going to look into that a little bit more. I think I can, if it's a standing coffee clutch with a date and time, I think I can notice that ahead of time, but
Okay.
I'll
Leave that up to you to look at the legalities of it. So anyway, we did it. We told the city so that they understood we did it, and it's in our minutes now so that we know we don't do it again, and we have what we're going to do in the future. So we're done.
very good.
All right. Okay, update from the Starbucks Veterans Community and Kindness. Did Sean give anybody an update on that yet?
Actually, I was the one that was speaking with the gal. I went ahead and posted about the coffee clutch, and actually got quite a few people looking and commenting, and which was great because in the past month now we have 45 new page likes. Most of those were from those posts, and like over 5,500 people were reached. So one of the people that were reached was Molly Pishu. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. She's a store manager of the Frontier Village Starbucks. Mm-hmm. And she and her boss are also, sorry, I'm looking at the note at the same time. Where did she say? They're both Starbucks Armed Forces ambassadors, and they'd like to see if they can help us out with anything we needed. So they asked if I wanted to meet for coffee and just kind of discuss what we might need. Kim, I didn't know if you had kind of a standing open thing going with like Stevens Donuts or Biscuit and Bean. They didn't want to step on anyone's toes. So I told them I'd kind of check with everyone. She's going to be back in town tomorrow, so we can set up a meeting and just kind of see what they're looking and willing to offer, if that works with everyone.
They sold the Sonics, so that's where I stand with it. But they're a great organization, but they did Sonics. Just let that be noted. And I don't drink coffee, especially if I did, I wouldn't drink it from Starbucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
But you know what? They reached out, and it was really nice, and looking to help the community.
You know what? 100%. I'm being facetious, but
I know you are.
They are great for our community, and they're a great community partner, but they still sold the Sonics.
And we're not going to let that go.
Obviously not. So if that's okay, I'll go ahead and move ahead and then kind of report back.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was nice with the last month when Biscuit and Bean just reached out to us and said, "Hey, we'd like to help you out with that." And we were going to pay just the cost, and then when they delivered, they said, "No, there's no charge." So
I made sure to put something out on Facebook on that, by the way.
Yeah. So so that's really nice that they did that, and we can go around and get other businesses or whatever to help us in that thing. Starbucks is fine. I'm not going to drink their coffee, but that's fine. Other people like it. So I think it's great that they reached out to us, and then, that's what that Facebook is all about, try to get people to get engaged, and we did it. So there's one of those things that it just worked. Great.
Yeah, sounds good. Sorry, Debbie. For some reason, I think I had Sean's
No worries.
thing in my mind for some reason. I have the wrong. Was it Starbucks he was talking about before? Does anybody remember this? No?
No worries.
All right.
Carmen, I'm with you. I think I thought of that as well. Sorry, Debbie.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. I'll follow up with Sean and find out because I know he had something. I don't know. Anyway, next time. Okay, our next coffee clatch.
I already talked about that.
/ road cleanup. Okay, so 21st, right? Yeah. Perfect. Anything else on coffee clatch since we're specifically on it that you might want to throw in?
Debbie, are you going to put something out on that on social media then?
Yes. Oh, you mean for the one coming up and then also the road cleanup?
Yeah.
Yes, I can do that.
I like the way you did the artwork on that. I'm not very good at it.
Okay. I just need some sort of maybe an approximate time frame to give people that this will be happening. Like are we 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours?
You're talking about for the cleanup?
For the cleanup, because then I can make it an event and it's easier to share the event.
I would say that we start at 9:30 and end at noon.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
It's hard to find people when you take up a Saturday in August, just to let you know.
Yeah, it is going to be hard, but we don't want to give it up either. So
I totally agree. What I'm just saying, maybe earlier so that way people are out of there by 11. Just saying. But
yeah,
and we can always do half the road one time, half a road another time. But just throwing that out, it's just on weekends in August, hard to get people. Just saying.
It's a good point. See if I can get those single sailors out there.
Yeah. Carmen, if you could figure out what the term is and I can put that in there.
Okay.
For the extra hours.
Yep, you got it.
I had a question on the Adopt Highway. Do some kind of banners or shirts or something that so we can kind of avoid traffic, be a little more visible?
Yeah, so they provide hard hats, they provide vests, and they provide cones and some other things. My understanding, they provide like a whole ton of stuff that we'll need to put out there in order for us to do it.
Okay, well that's important because we want safety.
Okay. Any new business? Nope. I have old business. Where are we at on the t-shirts?
What was where are we at on what?
The Veterans Commission t-shirts.
Yeah, that's me. I don't have a.
Okay.
I need to follow up again. I haven't heard from them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send that out by email. I promise. I know that's been on my list.
Was that t-shirts or polo shirts or both?
Yeah, polo shirts actually. Yeah, there's a men's and women's. I just need to follow back up with the company and get the pricing. I haven't heard from them. I will do that.
Good. All right. Anybody else have anything? Okay.
Wait. I did have something. So one of the things we want to do is get veterans out there for mentoring students or seniors or whatever. And an idea that's being floated out there right now, not necessarily for the commission, but we need to be aware of, is to get a Sea Scout troop here in Lake Stevens, mostly revolving around sailing, on the lake. And so that idea has been put forth. One of the other ideas, part of that is to find a place where we could build our own boats so that we could mentor some kids in woodworking and metalworking and building of boats and do that kind of thing. So, and then from there to sailing lessons and sailing and racing and that kind of stuff. So just you're going to hear about this, I believe, because it is starting to move a little bit faster. It's only been a couple of weeks. And so we're looking at this to go. And I think that it'll be another thing that we can talk to veterans about to get them involved in a mentorship program or in the scouting program. Dennis, you'd know more about the scouting program than I do. I do have some information on how the Sea Scouts and the Boy Scouts are part of the same organization now. They weren't when I was in the Sea Scouts way back in the 60s and 70s, but they are now, I guess. And so just to let you know that there's things happening out there that are driven towards the youth and mentorship and things that we can get the veterans involved in. So it's just one more thing in our list of things is, hey, have you checked this out? You know, that kind of thing. You got the Boy Scouts, you got the Sea Scouts, you got the Girl Scouts, you got 4-H, you've got, you know, getting with the seniors at the senior center and helping them with different things. There's all kinds of things we can get this list together for people that want to volunteer to go do things or mentor somebody. And we can get them in touch with the people that are in charge of that. So that's just a new one that's popped up in the last couple of weeks. Thought you might be interested in it. And there it is.
Kim,
Yeah.
Who's going to be the sponsoring organization, or who's being looked at as the sponsoring organization?
We haven't got that far yet.
Hey, is that Daniel pushing that?
It's James Monroe.
Okay.
And I know somebody else was looking at it. James couldn't remember his name, but there was somebody else looking at it. So we're trying to find out who that is.
Well, Daniel's been pushing it for quite a while, and he's a full-time employee for the local council. But yeah, he used to be a Sea Scout too, so he's pushing that hard.
Why don't you send me an email with his name and contact if you have it?
I've got it.
Okay, thank you. Because I really do want to get it started. I also found a place where we could actually do it in the future. I got to get with the city on that though. The city's already looking for a place for us, but I already found a place. I just got to give it to us.
So I don't know if, you know, I can speak a little bit about this real quick, but if we're the sponsoring organization, we need to appoint somebody to be what's called a chartered unit or organization rep. And that person becomes responsible for finding the adult leadership that goes into the post or the ship that they're doing. So you're responsible for recruiting and training usually the two key adults. So you form the key three, and then the three of you together go about and recruit for the rest of the organization. I've been in scouting for a few years. So that's kind of what we're looking at, is if we sponsor as the commission or the foundation, then we're responsible for coming up with one person that's going to be the point of contact and there is some training involved too. It's very minimal. It's about, for a chartered org rep, you've got youth protection training, your job training, and then the Sea Scout specific training, about 6 hours of training. And then each year you also have to redo your youth protection. Plus you also have to have a background investigation that's done by the Boy Scouts through the State Patrol. So anybody wants to know more about it, let me know too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll be reaching out to you about that. I'm not sure that we want to do. I know we don't want to do that as a commission. That's just not going to work because we're a city commission. The foundation could do it, or we could have somebody else do it. We'll just have to find that. But it is just in the talk stage now and figure out what we really want to do. I've already looked. Yeah, we're only in the talking stage, and I already have the blueprints of the boats we want to build. So we'll see how far it goes. That's all I had. Thanks, Carmen.
Okay, do we want to review the upcoming agenda items before we adjourn?
Yeah, I did want to note that the next meeting is on Labor Day.
Okay.
So City Hall will be closed. Do you guys want to meet?
Wait a minute. You're not going to labor on Labor Day?
And then we've got council on the 7th. So are we feeling like we want to reschedule the September meeting or cancel? What would you guys like to do?
I'm flexible. I'll let everybody else weigh in.
I don't think we should cancel it.
I will be out of cell phone range.
We can do that same week, 8th or 9th. We get into the next week. It conflicts with park board, I know with Marcus and some other meetings, but
What about doing it a week early on the 30th?
let me check on something here real quick.
Because August has 9 Mondays. I mean 9, what am I saying? 5 Mondays.
Yeah.
I'm on a different world. See, I'm here on the Enterprise and we're circling Jupiter right now. There's five Mondays, so the 30th would be the fourth one. So I think the fifth one. I'm going to
Yeah,
stop
the
talking.
only thing I need to check on is if you are ready to be in person. I need to see that we've got meeting space that night, but I can look into that. If not,
Looking at numbers, probably not
yeah.
on a public health standpoint.
But yeah, via Zoom is fine on the 30th if it's open to everybody else.
If I'm available, I would do it via Zoom. So
Okay.
Okay. I didn't write it down. So what was decided? I'm sorry. I need to write that down.
Monday, August 30th. And
Yeah.
I'll send an email out to the whole commission for the absent members.
Well, it's on my calendar, so it's done.
But yeah, no, I still think we should talk about agenda items for sure.
Do we want to revisit the veteran-owned business certificates again and mull over the how to structure veteran-friendly employers and just have a chat when more people are on? Or do you want to just table that for a month or two?
I don't think we need to go over it again right away.
Okay.
I think what we need to do, what I'd like to do is try to brainstorm some ideas on how to get and reach out to the veterans better than we have.
Okay.
Because we're not getting a flood of veterans to answer the call. Maybe we're just not calling the right number.
Okay. Good one.
So I think if we just kind of brainstorm that even now until then, come up with some better ideas on how to get people, to the veterans, to come out of the woodwork and let us know who they are and where they are, who needs help, who doesn't need help, who can help, who can do some mentorship programs, who can, get involved in the community, who can get on the foundation. I have one. Jerry, I'm pretty sure I can get him on the foundation pretty quickly.
Todd actually volunteered too, so he's
Todd, yeah. I was already counting him on there.
Okay.
So
Do we know any?
Go ahead, Samara.
Do we know any other organizations throughout the state that have a pretty robust veterans commission or program that we could reach out to and kind of see how they have been able to build their program so well?
As far as I know, there's no more commissions in the state as far as that goes, but there are other organizations that I've been monitoring. And I believe one of them is here in Snohomish County. See if I can find it real quick. It's the, where did it go? Oh. I'm not finding it now. Shoot. I think it's Snohomish County Veterans something.
So we don't have to find it now. I was just wondering if that would be an option to kind of help build ours a little bit.
Okay. Oh, it's Veterans of Snohomish County. That's the group. They're on Facebook. I have not reached out to them. I can.
Oh, I'm in that group. I just didn't know I was in that group. I wonder how. All right. Good to know. That's embarrassing. All right. Yeah, we should definitely put something in there, reach out to the admin and just make sure that they're okay with that and see what their rules are, read through. But I would think that's fine.
Yeah, Rihanna James is the moderator, is the admin.
Okay.
So yeah. They've got quite a few people in the group.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so we'll add that to next week or next month. Adopt a highway. I think it would be good to do like a after action report on that and see how that went, see things we could change. That sound good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll get an update on the Starbucks from Debbie.
We could probably even combine that in with the coffee clutch.
Yeah, sounds good. Excuse me. Anything else we want to add on for next month's agenda?
You want to add an update for the polos?
For the what?
Polos?
Oh, polos. Yeah, they said pillows. It's like, we're getting pillows?
Polos and polos. No. Polo shirts. Yes.
Yep, that sounds good. So we'll be getting into fall. Is there anything in the fall or winter time? Maybe newsletter. When does the next newsletter come out? Do we need to have some ideas? Newsletter brainstorming?
I'd probably put that on there.
Okay. If we have fall activities or winter activities that we want to be a part of, maybe that's something to bring up at that time too. Get a little bit ahead of it, maybe.
Is Lake Stevens going to put on a Oktoberfest type activity this year?
Yeah, there's going to be a Harvest Fest. There's also going to be a Winter Fest. They're starting to plan the Harvest Fest right now.
That might be something we could somehow get involved with.
Or at least put a booth up.
At least that, but might be some other helps.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. No, I forget how to adjourn it.
Move to adjourn.
There you go. Can I second it?
Yeah.
Second, I'll second it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to do that or not. That's why I never say it. Am
Hey,
I allowed-
Marcus, are you available for a call real quick?
Concerning what, Kim?
Just something
Oh,
light.
yeah, you can call me. Yes.
All right, thanks. Sorry.
Aye.
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 All opposed? All
Good
right.
night, everybody.